Hey guys, so it's been a while since we've sat down, talked, and just do a couple life updates. I know we are coming into the fifth month of the year, and typically I don't really do a lot of chit chats, and I haven't been vlogging a lot either, so I thought it'd be a great idea for us to catch up on just what's been going on and everything. So I am gonna be doing my makeup. I am getting ready to go out. I'm not going anywhere special. I'm just going to my wax appointment, so I don't even have to do all of this, but I thought we should catch up, so we're gonna make it a whole thing. And although I'm doing my makeup, please know I am not a makeup girly at all. I know how to do the most basic beat so that my face looks good. If I need to go out, that's what I'll do. But to be honest, my makeup routine has not changed for real since college. Like maybe some of the products, but it hasn't changed so much. Maybe later this year I'll learn, because I know the girlies over on TikTok, they have been learning from Uche. She's been around for a long time, but she's recently blown up again based off of her technique with makeup. I would say the only thing I've changed is making sure my face is skin prepped ready. But yeah, I could go on and talking, so let's start prepping and talking. So I know we at least 5 months into the year. Let me know how you guys are doing, how you feeling, are some of the goals that you had for yourself being put into place. How are you guys doing with that? I know for me, January was a rough start. Let's just put it like that. I took a 31 day free trial when it came to January. Tried to do it again. We had a leap year. It was kind of another 29 day free trial. Although when I went to Atlanta and I had the time to vlog, that really did make me get back into wanting to do YouTube, because for a while I was just chilling. And not because I didn't want to do it. I just think there are times when you need to take a break, and as a content creator it's hard because sometimes when you take breaks you are not sure if you're going to be received well the next time you come back. More so for small creators, because there are so many creators that when you leave there's a new one coming out the gate starting, so you just don't want to be forgotten. But yeah, so I'm back to recording and editing, and I'm trying to batch a lot of content so that way when I start posting, I'll be able to just keep posting and I won't have to keep taking these long breaks. So we're gonna start with some concealer. So I did my eyebrows off camera like all the beauty influencers say, but most times we always do it off camera. I know for me at least, because it takes me a little minute to do my eyebrows. So right now I'm using my NARS concealer in Chocolat, and I'm running out, but I did get a new one from the Sephora haul, but it hasn't arrived yet, so we're gonna wait for that. Oh, I forgot primer. It's okay, this is coming off in a couple hours. So I did put moisturizer, so that's kind of my barrier if anything. But as you can see, this concealer is kind of dried out a little bit. But yeah, so in terms of catching up, in the last couple months I really just been to myself. I feel like I've been more in a season of isolation. I hang out with my friends here and there, but I really been to myself. I was dating someone earlier this year and it didn't work out in the way I would have wanted to. He's cool and everything, but it just wasn't given long term. And I feel like after that I kind of just went into my own bubble of just kind of doing things for me, which I love that, because typically in relationships, or not even really relationships, but in dating, I tend to kind of lose myself in that person, which is not always good, because you have your own life to live outside of that person, especially when you first start dating. So you want to make sure that you're still doing the things that you like as well, so you can still feel like an individual person. But yeah, so I think once I went to Atlanta with my friend, that was kind of once I started vlogging, I was like, oh my gosh, I missed picking up the camera, and I wasn't posting as much during that time. Granted, needed the break, but I wasn't posting as much. But now that I've been recording and editing, it's been cool. But when I say I have a new sense of peace, no one can mess with my peace. When I say I have a new sense of peace, I have a new sense of peace. And y'all don't come for me. My brushes are dirty. I need to wash them. So when it comes to makeup, make sure you're washing your brushes. Don't do as you see. Do what I say. Clean the brushes. Okay. But yeah, like I just have a new sense of peace. Like I feel like when you spend time alone, you learn yourself a little bit more, what you like, the things you're gonna tolerate and the things you're not gonna tolerate. And I just feel like a lot of the times everyone thinks they're healed. And most times healing is not a transitional route that you're on, because half the time when you think you're healed, it's just because someone hasn't come around to test that theory yet. And it will happen. Like I just had that experience of someone just coming back around and kind of like testing my peace. And when they came back around, I thought it was something that I wanted. But honestly, like I feel like you're allowed to change your mind at any point, because again, this is your life, right? And I think typically we think once we make a decision, that decision has to be set and final, but you're allowed to change your mind. And I changed my mind. I didn't want to step back into that, especially knowing I had just kind of stopped talking to the first person. But yeah, my sense of peace has been off the rockets, and I have not felt like this in so long. It feels so nice, like so nice to be able to just and be content with life. Like, no, everything is not perfect in my life. No, everything doesn't go as planned at times, but I'm content. And I think that's where everyone should aim to meet, like being content. I think happiness is fleeting, and yes, you want to be happy, but happiness is not going to always be there. So yeah, I'm just content. Okay, I talk a lot at times. So I mix my foundation. So I have my NARS foundation. This is a little too dark for me. This is in the shade Eguste. I'll put it on the screen. It's deep 3. So I'll use a little bit of this, and I typically mix it with my Fenty 420 foundation. Then I mix it. Ooh. But yeah, some of the things that I've been doing to kind of like try to attain this piece is, one, not consume as much social media. Like, yes, I am a content creator and there's so much good creative content online. So yeah, there are times when I just want to be on TikTok like everybody else. There are times when I just want to watch YouTube videos like everybody else. But you also have to take time for yourself, because social media can be so draining. Like, for example, I unfollowed Shade Room probably about a month ago at this point. And to be honest, I feel like that really attributed to my peace of mind, because the amount of negative comments that the Shade Room has under their pictures and stuff, their posts, is insane. And they post like 30 times a day. So it's like only their pictures in the feed, only their posts in the feed, as opposed to like seeing my friends post every day. But yeah, once I unfollowed them and I wasn't seeing their like posts every day, it was just so peaceful, because typically I take on the energy of the comments, and not because I agree, like I just genuinely don't be agreeing with a lot of the things that people say in the comments. And it shouldn't get to me because it's not towards me, but it's just like people are just so negative all the time. And that is so draining to keep reading that every day. It like literally holds a certain energy over you. And I just didn't like it. So once I did that, I realized over time, like over the past month, I'm like, wow, I don't feel like this negative weight on me. And I know most of it was probably coming from that as well. But try it, guys. If you're on Instagram and you're following the Shade Room, unfollow them. Typically, you're still going to see some posts from them because, you know, a lot of people follow them and repost certain things. So whatever you're supposed to see, you're going to see it anyway, but you don't need to be indulging in all of that negative energy at times. So I have this Milk Hydro Grip Set Spray. I had got this at a Milk pop-up here in New York, and I really love it. I need to get another one, but not right now. But In terms of that, so yeah, I followed them. So that was one step when it came to finding peace in terms of just energy wise. I would also say making time to like hang out with my mom, making time to hang out with my friends. As a growing 20 something year old, typically people do not hang out with their family as much, like, or sometimes they do, but I think we forget that, you know, the people around us, including our parents and like older family members, our big sisters, big brothers, they're getting older too. So you want to make sure that you're spending time with them, because to me, that is like one of the most important things that you genuinely can do, because you work hard every day. And yes, later on, those sacrifices that you made for work, you hope that, you know, were worth it. But in the meantime, the people around you are really what's important too. The right people, though. Like, make sure you have the right people in your corner. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And then on top of that, because I haven't been on social media, or like trying not to consume as much social media, in order for me to stay off social media, I've picked up the hobby of reading. And typically I used to read so much books as a child, and now I just haven't been reading as much. Well, lately I have, but typically I wasn't reading as much. And I know it's probably because, you know, once you go to college, I feel like there's so much books and like readings that they want you to read, and after a while it's just like, okay, this is too much, like I'm over it. But you just have to find the right book to make you pick up the book and read it. Back in 2021, I took a month off of Instagram in August, and the first week was a little difficult, but by the second week I was reading. I enjoyed being off social media, and I definitely think that reading helps, in the sense that, you know, it's a different reality. You kind of are able to, either if you're reading the books that have self-help, or you're reading, you know, I think it's fiction books, nonfiction. I be forgetting what each one is. But whichever book you choose to read, just making sure it's, you know, the right book for you. Let me tell y'all about this book I just finished. This book is called Nearly All the Men. I got makeup on it. Oh my God. So I got this book. It's called Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. Y'all, this book, this book right here, this book is so good. So essentially it's a collection of 12 stories from both men and women, but mostly women, about dating in Lagos. And when I tell you, the people in this book are crazy. Like, the stories are crazy. Let me read y'all the first sentence of this book, just so y'all can understand what I'm saying. The first sentence reads, "One night you will calmly put a knife to your husband's and promise to cut it off. It will scare him so much that the next day he will call his family members for a meeting in the house. He will not call your family members, but you will not care. You won't need them." And that's just the first paragraph, babes. So if you are looking for a new book to read, definitely read this. I just finished this over the weekend, so I'm going to pick up 2 new books. I have 2 new books that I want to read, because I'm trying to also read books that I already have on my bookshelf, because I like just going to Barnes and Nobles or buying books off the internet that I can read. But I have 2 books. I have this one, which is called 4,000 Weeks Time Management for Mortals. And then I have What My Mother and I Don't Talk About. If you are on YouTube and you love watching Corey B, she's a graphic designer here on YouTube. I love watching her, just also because my minor was graphic design in college. So I don't know, I just love seeing like her process for designing. But she had this book in one of her vlogs, so I picked this up. And then this one I found on Pinterest. Y'all, I have found a newfound love for Pinterest. I had one before, but I made a new one so that, you know, I can just kind of flush it out with the things that I like at this age. And this book was on there, and yeah, I just have to read this. So I don't know which one I'm gonna read first, but these are the 2 next books that I will be reading. I have the Sony ZV-1, and lately the camera just keeps overheating. I don't know what that is about, but it really needs to stop. Like, genuinely. I did see that someone say if you use non-Sony batteries in your camera, it does mess up your camera over time. And I do use non-Sony batteries in my camera sometimes, just because I didn't know that. When I first got it, I didn't know that you had to do that. So maybe it's affected my camera. Who knows? But yeah. So now we're gonna do some concealer. But yeah, what I was talking about, I just really have been loving Pinterest, guys. Like, I found a found love for Pinterest, especially because Pinterest is just vibes, no opinions. You curate what you want to see, whether you want to keep seeing fashion, whether you want to keep seeing fragrance, whether you want to keep seeing puppies, babies, literally whatever you want to see. You kind of curate that for yourself, and you don't have to deal with people's opinions really when it comes to you know, different pictures in there. And yes, this is kind of drying out too. My new one is in the Sephora thing that I bought as well, but again, it isn't here yet, so we're gonna wait for that. But yeah, so I think I just been on Pinterest, which has been like my top source of peace too, because I'll go on Instagram, I might see a picture that I like, and I'll screenshot it and post it on my Pinterest. So I'll put my Pinterest here if you guys want to follow me. You know, I love to see people's pages and Pinterest accounts. I just love it. So when it also comes to peace, I also forgot to tell y'all, I kind of started fitness just a little. You know, summer is on its way, and yes, it is partially about the way I look, but also I'm getting older. And there's just certain things, like when it comes to your health, that you want to take care of as you're getting older. So yes, I want to look good. I mean, I do look good, but yes, I want to, you know, look my best, but it is also about the health as well, because I know every time I go to the doctor, my doctor's like, have you been exercising? Like, you want to make sure that you're exercising for your heart, like make sure your heart is strong. And nothing is wrong with me, but just taking precautions to make sure that, you know, I'm gonna be okay and healthy in the future. So I did have 3 sessions with a trainer, and those went well. I love the trainer, like she's great, but I think I want to also move into the gym atmosphere so that I can go more often, because going to the trainer is a little pricey, and going to the gym, I'll have a membership so I can go more days at a time. And she kind of already set a foundation of things I can do. I'm just a little nervous to go in the gym, because typically with the gym, it's like some people are there super early, and then they're using all the machines up. And then if you go at night, sometimes if I come home from work, then I'm scared it's going to be busy again. And I don't know, the gym just intimidates me a little bit, like going by myself in that sense, because I have not been to the gym for real since 2017. And at the time when I was going with people who necessarily, like, they wanted to lose weight, and I was just following all of the exercises that they were doing. And I personally was losing weight that I didn't need to be losing. Like, if I'm going to the gym now, I just want to tone. Who doesn't want a fat? So those are like things that I want to do. And again, also just strengthen my whole body, because y'all, going up the stairs sometimes, the escalator, like walking up the escalator, your girl be out of breath, and that shouldn't be the case. So definitely I am working on fitness as well. So let me know how you guys are preparing for summer. Are you still eating that like Chipotle and stuff? Because babes, Chipotle be calling my name. I don't know what they have in Chipotle. Like, do they put a little, because lately Chipotle been addicting. And not the fact that I've been eating it all the time, but I was craving it for 2 weeks. I just had it last week, and I'm already craving for it again. So someone needs to let me know, do they put in Chipotle? But I've been seeing so much like big back content, and when I say that, I mean like people put like t-shirts and clothes in their back and like make funny jokes about how they just can't stop eating before summer comes up. It's so funny. But are you guys exercising for the summer? I know lately a lot of the girls have been exercising and staying consistent in that. Love that for them. Like, truly love that. Like, if you're one of those girlies, you inspire me every day. I love seeing it. I love when people put their check-in photos on Instagram stories. I'm like, yes, girl, work out for the both of us. I am gonna get back in the gym though, so soon I can inspire other people too. But I just love seeing the girls taking care of themselves. We love that. My cousin's texting me. She probably gonna watch this too, but she wanted me to do a chit chat for so long, and now I'm doing a chit chat. So, hey, girl. but yeah, summer is on the way. Do you guys have anything planned, like anything fun planned for the summer? I want to create like a summer bucket list of like things that I want to do this summer. Y'all know I love to travel, so I already have like, you know, a trip or two booked, and I'm really excited for the second trip that I'm going on because it's a location that was on my travel bucket list for the longest. Like, it's one of the places that I've been dying to go to, like dying to go to. And I'm not gonna tell y'all yet. I'll tell y'all once we get a little bit closer, but my camera is heating up again. But yeah, so I'll tell y'all when we get a little bit closer to that. But I'm super excited to be going on that trip, so we gonna see. I can't wait to give y'all travel content. You know, summertime is the best time for that. Oh my gosh, y'all, if you guys are watching this right now, and you love gold jewelry, can you please go check out that video? It's gonna come out before this video, but when I tell y'all, being a content creator is really hard. When I tell you, it took me about 6 to 8 hours to record that. And yes, 6 to 8 hours. I sat down, recorded it, and then I had to go back and record all the B-roll footage of me putting on each piece of jewelry. Then on top of that, it took 1.5 weeks to edit. Monday, I stayed up to like 1:40 editing, and then Tuesday night, I stood up to about 2:40 to make sure it was finished and exported, because I'm hybrid. So yes, there are days when I'm home and I could wake up a little bit later, but y'all, I had to just make sure that was uploaded because I wanted to go up on Tuesday. So I had to make sure it was done because I'm going out with my friend this weekend. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, I had not seen her in a long time, and over the weekend I got to go out with her and Flo. Y'all know Flo, but y'all seen Swakim before too. But I went out with Flo and Swakim. Well, not went out. We went to Flo's house for a game night, and I don't know why this isn't blending. Why I forgot Beauty Blender. But anyway, so we went to her house to play game night with some of like Flo's friends and stuff. Had a time, but I was just so excited to see Swakim because I actually recorded this, and I should put a clip, but the last time I seen her was from that vlog too, when I went to her going away barbecue for med school, and she is back. My girl is doing well. She's soon to be a doctor. Love that for her. But yeah, I hadn't seen her and I was so excited. But now we're also going out again this weekend. We're gonna do a perfume date because that is my perfume enthusiast friend. So we really bond a lot over fragrance and, you know, smelling good. Who doesn't love to smell good? But yeah, y'all will get that vlog too. That will be coming up. Okay, so we did the concealer. I hope it looks good on camera because sometimes it look good in person and then you see it on camera and it's just not blended good. And chilling, hanging with my friends, recording YouTube, and going to my 9-to-5 job, clock in, clock out. That's really all that's been going on. I haven't been traveling lately as much as I would want to, and I know I still travel more than the average person, but it's just like more travel. So we'll get there, but excuse me. I just haven't been there. But yeah, I've been hanging with friends. Oh my gosh, y'all, why 2 weekends ago, right? My friends and I, we went out for one of our old high school, middle school friends' birthday. and we went to bowling. And if you're in New York, you know the bowling alley frames. It's changed so much over the years, but now like it's more of like an adult bowling place, especially like towards nighttime. So we went there on Saturday, like a Saturday. We went at like the 10 o'clock hour, and when it's a group, they give you get to pay for like pictures and stuff with alcohol. Y'all, let me just tell you something about getting old. Your body does not bounce back the same way it did when you were younger and drinking and all of that. Like, I remember being in college, drinking with friends. You drink, you get lit the night. By morning, you wake up, bounce out of bed, and you're ready to do, you know, something else for the day. But now, you need like 48 hours to recover, 24 to 48 hours to recover. When I tell you we got lit on Saturday, and I know the reason why I felt that way is also because I didn't properly eat. Like, we got food and stuff from the bowling alley after, but we should have ate while we drank. Hey, you live and learn. But when I tell you that night traumatized me, because the next day traumatized me because I was so hungover. Me and all my friends, like, we was going through it, okay? Headaches, throw up, like everything. So now I'm like kind of sworn off alcohol for a little bit. Like, I had like a little drinky drink at Flo's Get Ready, but it was nothing crazy, and I made sure I ate. But yeah, like, I'm kind of like off alcohol for a little bit because the feeling of being hungover, especially at this age that we are now, it does not feel good. And I hate throwing up. Like, I don't know how people can be lit all the time every weekend. And I know some people don't feel that hungover feeling all the time, but that feeling is not one to play with. It is not the one or the two, okay? Especially the body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. So yeah. Okay, in terms of makeup, as you can see, I don't really contour. I did get some products again from the Sephora like savings event, and maybe we could do another chit chat when those products do come in so I can kind of see how they work. So I did want to try contouring when I was buying the stuff, so I did get some darker shades, but for now we are not contouring, okay? So I have the Laura Mercier powder, so we're gonna use a little bit of this on my face. I really don't do too much, and again, we're not even going anywhere crazy for me to do this. I swear my camera really hates me today, because what is going on between the overheating and the dying? Like, I just don't understand it. Okay, so typically I put a little bit under my eyes, and I go back and forth because I don't want too much powder in one place. And I know some people let it sit for a while, which you can. Depending on the day, I might let it sit, but we're not doing anything crazy again for the day, so I'm just, you know, patting it in a little bit just so I'm not oily. Oh shoot. Typically I put a little on my forehead, my nose, under my eyes. It's mostly my nose that gets oily, and then a little bit of my chin. And then I just put the excess over my eyes because, you know, just makes it look really nice. And just blend it. If y'all have some makeup techniques, let me know down below because your girl needs some. I do need to go watch the Uche video. I haven't watched her video to see how she does her makeup, and I think that would be truly helpful for me to do. Okay, so I also forgot about blush. So sometimes I'll wear blush. I am getting a Danessa Marix, I think that's her name, blush, but until then I have this Makeup by Mario stick in the earthy pink, and it is a cream blush. So I typically just put a little bit, and I've seen some people put the blush and then the concealer on, so it really just depends. Makeup is an art, so kind of do it how you think it's gonna come out good on you. But I hate this one because the brush always comes off. I don't know if I have a defective one or what, but this brush is always coming off. I'll put a little bit and just pat. Y'all, when it comes to content and just like things that I want in the future for my goals, I've just been working on not being my own downfall. Like, yes, there are so many other circumstances around you that affect how things are going, but the one thing that you are in control of is yourself. So I'm just working on building better habits, building consistency. Yes, if I might not get it perfected yesterday, I'm gonna try to do it today. If I don't get it done today, I'll try tomorrow, with the expectation that you might have tomorrow, because who knows what life is gonna give to you. So yeah, I try to put my best foot forward lately when it comes to content creating, and just clocking in when I say I'm gonna clock in, because typically, especially as human beings, we are not always get a new battery. Okay. But yeah, so my makeup is kind of finished. In order to set my face, I use these two goodies. These are everyone's favorite, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury and the One Size. Both of these, I typically put this on first and then with this one. So let's do that. And then this be smelling crazy. It's like, I see someone on TikTok, they was like, it's like gas, something gas. Woo, baby. Nuts, literally nuts. As crazy as it like smells after, it gets the job done, and that's why we love them together. Making sure that I'm doing what I say I was gonna do, because if my friend asks me to do something or my job asks me to do something, especially if they're like, oh, can you do this by 5, can you do this by 6, I'm gonna do it for my friend or my work. So why am I not doing the same for myself? Like, why am I not clocking in when I say I'm gonna clock in to do something, you know? And that goes for every realm of life, not just work. Like, if you know you're supposed to go to the gym and you said you were going to the gym on Monday, why did you start at the gym on Monday? It's Friday, babe. So it just really depends on, you know, what you want to do. Clock in, build some consistency habits. Clock in, build some discipline. Clock in, record your content if that's what you want to do. Clock in, do nails if that's what you want to do. Clock in, I don't know, do something that you know you love to do and that you know you want to do it and it's been on your list. Like, if it helps, I know for me it helps to write things down, because my brain has 30 different tabs open up at all different times. So I may do one thing, and then in the middle of doing the one thing, I start doing something else, and then something else. Then I realize I didn't complete the first thing, so I got to do that. As you can kind of see with this video, I hope it's not all over the place, but yeah, just clock in and do what you say you're gonna do, because if you're not, you are the one person who is causing that downfall in the things that you want to do. So just make sure, you know, you're clocking in and stay on your Zoom. Okay, period. Because I've been seeing all the girlies be very successful, very consistent. So if you're not, I know you can do it. Give yourself grace though. Everyone needs a break at times, so don't be ashamed for wanting to take a break, but don't let that break get you down to the point where you don't come back from it. So yeah, I did see this video, and I'll probably, if I can find it, I'll post it. It's from the Topicals founder, and she did an interview probably like a year ago or something like that, and the interview basically said how, when you think about it, each of our journeys are connected to someone else's destiny. And if you're not doing what you need to do right now, how can someone else's destiny happen? Like, when you think about people like singers, like if people like Tina Turner or Diana Ross, or these people didn't have the careers they have, certain singers that we know now probably wouldn't have the same career because they were influenced off of the careers of others. And it's not saying that you're copying, but it's just saying that like you see representation in other things that you know you want to do. So for example, like YouTubers like Aaliyah J or Kyra Monique or people like Diera, if they didn't do what they did when they did, a lot of girls look up to them and want to do content creating because of that. Want to do content creating because, you know, they kind of see, oh my gosh, like this is one of my favorite people. Like they influence me to, you know, love a certain life. I don't want to say lifestyle, but love content, love being creative, love doing these things. And yeah, it's kind of like your destiny is attached to that person just because off of the representation that you've seen in that industry. I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna go get dressed so you guys can watch it, and then I'll be back.
You really do need to live in your purpose and in your gift, because someone else's destiny is actually tied to you becoming who you are. If you weren't you, there's someone else 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the line who can't become who they need to become, right? I think about like all the women I've looked up to, all the people I've looked up to. And had it not been for this person or that person, like I just would not be who I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so on days where you feel like you can't do it, or you're tired, or, you know, X, Y, and Z, like rest, but also know that it's not for you. Your gift isn't for you, and like someone else's whole destiny. Like take that. That's deep. Mm-hmm. Someone else's whole destiny is tied to you being who you are.
Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that and learned something from that. So I realized that I didn't put on mascara, so I did that off camera. I feel like my makeup doesn't look the best that it could because sometimes I be eating down, but I think it's because I didn't have a lot of the concealer left. So if you guys want another chit chat, something like this, let me know down below in the comments. Like, please comment, because that allows me to know what videos moving forward you like, what topics you may want me to talk about. Like, just let me know, interact with me. I do comment back. So just let me know what you guys want to see from me so we can, you know, try this again. So I do have my EOS lotion. I know the girls love this. I like it for the scent, but not necessarily for the moisture. I don't think it holds moisture really well. So typically I put 2 of these together. I was also influenced to buy this off of Pinterest. This is the Aveeno Daily Moisturizer Body Oil Mist. Typically, it's better to use this when your skin is a little damp. So I'll put it on when I come out the shower and then mix it with lotion. So just for the sake of my hands and stuff, spray a little, take a little lotion. And then perfume of the day is Coconut Sun by the 7 Virtues, and this body mist, Victoria's Secret Heavenly. This literally smells like the name, like heavenly. And then this Coconut Sun, it does have notes of coconut, jasmine. It smells more like jasmine-y over coconut, but I don't know. It smells good though. It's more of a summer, like end of spring, summer fragrance. Forgot to do my wrist. How many sprays of perfume do y'all do? Do y'all do like 500 sprays? Because when I stand up, I'm gonna have to do it again. So if you guys truly enjoyed this video, again, let me know down below in the comment section. I hope that you guys, you know, loved catching up with me. Please, please, please go check out that jewelry video, the jewelry haul collection. That is a video that I put so much work in, and I really hope you guys love it. There are 17 different brands that I touched on. So if you want some new jewelry pieces to add to your collection, definitely recommend watching that video. Also recommend watching some travel content that I have. And yeah, until next time, bye guys.